So South Park just celebrated its 20th anniversary.
Yeah,
or
20th they are
season.
in their 20th season now.
20th season. I mean, we're reaching Simpsons level.
And it hasn't even
number of episodes
been on TV as nearly as long as The Simpsons.
But
has.
almost. Okay, so The Simpsons has been on
Since 1989.
Your entire life.
Yes.
Okay.
Virtually
I
my
remember
entire
a
life.
time when there wasn't The Simpsons. How old were you when you saw your first episode of South Park?
I don't know, 10?
10?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Had it already been on the air when you first saw it?
No, I think I started watching it like in its first couple of seasons.
Okay, so
at
South
least.
Park started 98.
Yeah.
Because it started the year I was in high school, graduated high school. The town I grew up in, small, shitty little town, did not have Comedy Central. I used to download episodes of South Park, and it would take hours.
I was about to say that
to
would
download. It would take hours because I was on a 28K modem. It would take hours to download them, and I would watch them in real media format. Do you remember Real Player?
Yes.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I have no idea.
And yeah, and that was like, God, I was in high school, so that was. I've been out of high school. Oh my God. I graduated in 1999. It's 2016. So did they do like multiple seasons in a year?
They must have. If it's their
Yeah.
20th season, then they must have done multiple seasons in at least a couple of those years. Because if it started in 98, the South Park movie was 2000.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was great. I saw that in the movie theater.
Dude, I saw that in the movie theater. I was 12.
Oh my God. Who took you to go see that?
My aunt.
Your aunt must be cool then.
Yeah.
Everyone's got at least one cool aunt.
I've got 4 cool aunts.
Oh, I'm jealous. I only have the one. I do, even though one of my other aunts will sometimes send me muffins in the mail.
Aw, that's
It's
delightful.
cool to get like cookies and muffins
Right?
and shit in the mail.
Yeah.
People don't do that enough.
But no, okay,
Anyway.
so we're
Park.
veering off track. Corey Feldman and Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
No, wait, South Park.
Yes.
Remember
South Park?
Remember Chewbacca?
Remember Star Wars?
Remember Chewbacca again?
Remember when America was great?
Remember Ronald Reagan?
Okay, so what does South Park mean to you? Because, you know, I watched it pretty much religiously from the very beginning.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that show set my sense of humor for my entire adolescence, and it has only gotten better.
There
Especially
was a time,
like these
there
last
was a
2 or 3
time-
seasons.
See, there was a time when I would have agreed with you.
Mm.
Okay, but I honestly did not care. I don't care for the season-long story arcs.
See, and I love...
And as much anti-SJW as I am, I didn't really care for that last season with the PC principle and all that kind of stuff. There are some times, though, that when I think that South Park can't shock me anymore, they pull out something
Right.
that I'm just like, oh shit, I can't believe they did that. And you're like, oh fuck.
The human Sentai pad.
Right. But what's your favorite episode of South Park?
God, I can't. No, there's no way for me to...
I can tell you mine.
Okay.
Scott Tinderman Must Die.
God, that is such a good one.
That's the tears of
if it's
unfathomable
not-
sadness.
If that one is not my favorite, it is damn close. I will say that.
That is, to me, that's the episode that I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe they went that far.
And I
with it.
think that that episode was like the fulcrum, the turning point for Cartman's character as a whole.
Right.
Because up to that point,
He
was a douche. He was a fat douche that hated Jews. Okay.
Right. Now he's a fat douche that hates Jews that like will feed you your own parents.
Yeah, that will destroy your entire fucking life.
And then have your favorite band come and make fun of you while you're crying because you just found out you ate your dead parents. And then he starts licking your tears. All because he, sold you some
$16
pubes and wouldn't give you your money back. Oh my God. No, but what's crazy and what I really like about South Park is that they can do, their turnaround time is so quick.
Yeah.
They can have an episode from conception to finished episode within like 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a documentary that aired a couple years ago called Six Days to Air, right?
Yeah.
that kind of goes
I've
through
seen that
the
documentary
and
a
I'm
couple
just
of
like,
times.
I'm just
It's
like, wow,
so
Trey
good.
Parker eats a lot of McDonald's.
I remember that.
But what sucks about South Park is that their seasons are very short.
Yeah,
it seems
they
like
are.
it doesn't. I mean, because it
It's like
seems
8 episodes anymore.
Right. It's like
And
every
the
time a
old
new season starts, I'll be like halfway through the season. I'm like, all right, yeah, it's good. We probably got a good 5 or 6 weeks left, and it's like only 2 more episodes left to South Park, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But I think South Park is like one of those shows, because like The Simpsons kind of made the Fox network, okay, and South Park, to a lesser extent, made Comedy Central. Because Comedy Central had things like The Daily Show, Mystery Science Theater, and all that kind of stuff before South Park. But South Park definitely thrust Comedy Central into the mainstream consciousness.
Absolutely.
Right. But it's just one of those that I think Fox is going to let The Simpsons run as long as the creators are willing to make it. And I think Comedy Central would let South Park run as long as Trey Parker and Matt Stone are willing to do it. Did you ever see Orgasmo?
I've seen that once.
I love that movie. On Netflix, there's Cannibal the Musical. Okay, that was the movie that they made in college. It ended up being distributed by Troma, which I've always been really into. Lloyd Kaufman and all that. It's great, and you can really kind of see there's definitely a lot of Trey Parker and Matt Stone in that. Of course, they wrote it and directed it,
right?
But the musical aspect of it, because they're always singing in their movies. South Park was a musical. They fucking have a Broadway musical right now, The Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
So, but it's just crazy to think that, when they first started, who would have thought that show would have lasted as long as it has? And honestly, I'm just kind of surprised that Trey Parker and Matt Stone have been doing it for as long as they have.
Yeah.
Right?
18 years.
I remember when Basketball came out. Did you ever see that? Basketball holds the distinction of the only movie that I've ever watched. I rented it. I didn't watch it when it came out in the theater, but I rented it shortly after it was released on video. I watched it all the way through and immediately rewound it and watched it again. The only time I've ever done that, watched the same movie twice back to back.
Nice.
I mean, I was a teenager, but still. And I remember they were considering doing a Dumb and Dumber prequel with Trey Parker as Jeff Daniels' character and Matt Stone as Jim Carrey's character. Because they were getting a lot of shit thrown at them, like scripts and everything, when they first kind of started out. And it's really surprising that because Basketball just kind of came out of nowhere. It came out really quick. But they had done some acting. They did Orgasmo. They did Cannibal the Musical to coincide with South Park. But really, besides South Park, all they've done is the South Park movie, and then they've done
Team America.
Team America. They did the fucking Book of Mormon, and then they did That's My Bush. Do you remember that?
Did they really?
That
was theirs?
I guess. Yeah, they produced it, but it only lasted like maybe.
Yeah, that was a really short.
Season.
That was a really short. But I remember watching that when I was a kid.
I don't know. See, and that's the thing. I don't really watch South Park week to week anymore. It's one of those things where like, oh yeah, a new season of South Park just ended. I'll go download all of them and try and watch them all. Right. But with the PC Principal season and stuff, I didn't really get into it as much as I didn't enjoy those episodes as much as I've enjoyed some of the older ones. And honestly, it's kind of having the same effect that X-Files had on me as a kid. And this is going to be weird to kind of like correlate the two. But whenever X-Files first came out, I loved the contained adventures, the contained stories, that format. Yeah. And then when it started going into season-long story arcs and got really deep into the government conspiracy and stuff, that's when I lost interest. And that's one of the reasons I love Doctor Who so much, because there may be a season-long story arc, but there's definitely contained adventures in each episode. Oh, and maybe a two-part.
Yeah.
One or two.
Like the first couple of